Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing well. And this is the Sunday video for Math 100 on Sunday, the September 20th, 2020. So it's 9/20/2020. Okay, so we have some important things coming up. And so I want you to pay close attention to what I am going to say on this Sunday video. I will be sharing the screen so you can see a couple of things I'd like to show you on Canvas as well as on the schedule of classes. All right, so let me share the screen and then we will get going. All right, so by this time you must be quite familiar with the Math 100 Canvas website and Canvas shell. Remember, each block is called a module, and so you have the first Welcome to Math 100 module with my office hours. And by the way, I still have my Monday and Thursday office hours from 1 to 2:30 p.m. So if you want to Zoom in with me, you can just click on this and click on the Zoom link. And I will be there available during those hours. And if you are not available during those hours, feel free to contact me. And I have, set up individual Zoom office hours with individual students. And so I'll be happy to do that. Okay, make sure you do not hesitate to do this. A list of homework exercises here. And sometimes you did not know which exercises are to do. So I will show you what changes I have made for this this past week. Of course, this is the textbook site, and then all the homework solutions are available right here. If you click on this, you will see a long and big PDF file showing you pretty much every answer to the exercises that you are supposed to do. All right, so this past week, you are to do lesson number 6, large and small numbers and convergence, and then prepare for test number 1. So this is where we should be. And by the way, all these modules are sort of listed in chronological order. So you go from the top to the bottom, and right now we should be, or you should be on lesson 5, lesson 6, and preparation for test number 1. So this is where you should be around this time. So this is okay, so let me give you an example. Use lesson 6 as an example for what you are to do. And by the way, I provide the notes and I click on lesson number 6. And by the way, this is called the lesson 6 page, okay? So the lesson 6 page does have these two-part video that you have to listen to. And what I was going to say a few seconds ago is it is crucial that you actually pay attention to the videos. Okay, now I have the YouTube analytics that show me how many people are watching or how many views I get. And I also know how many students are taking my class, okay? And those numbers are not the same. The number of views is strikingly small, and that leads me to believe that not all of you are watching these videos. But remember, these are like lectures, okay? And if you're trying to pass a math class, the first thing you should do is actually to attend classes. It's a no-brainer, okay? So make sure that you attend classes, i.e. You watch these videos. Now you can watch them at a faster pace if you'd like. Many people do, okay? But I provide the notes. Okay, remember let's see. Remember the the link right before this. So if you go to lesson number 6 module, okay. Yeah, right here. This thing here, okay, this is your blank note sheet. So you should be filling the forms as you take your lesson number 6, as you watch those videos, okay? So here's, again, the lesson number 6 page, and you have the 2 links to my YouTube video clips. And after that, you have to do the homework. After that, actually, you have to do your worksheet, which is explained here. Right, and what we didn't have was this list up until like a week ago. So it was clear to me which exercises you were supposed to do for each lesson. It wasn't clear to most of you students because I didn't specify which section or sections are covered in each lesson. And so for lesson number 6, basically, we covered these 3 sections in lesson number 6. That this was a pretty large lesson, if you remember, because you do conversion problems, you do large and small numbers problems, and then you have a few other problems, word problems in particular. So I decided for each lesson, okay, and I did this for all 21 lessons, now I list all the problems you are to do for every single lesson that we have. Okay, we have 21 lessons for the semester, and for lesson number 6, for example, you are to do sections 2, 3, and 4 of chapter 2. So these are the problems you are to do. Okay, and because these are the particular, problems that you are to do, I thought it may be easier for you if you could just look at the answers for these problems. Okay, and so I have done that. All right, and I will show you that in a minute where you find it. Of course, it's the next thing on this module. But see what this says here. Since sections 2.1 and 2.5 were already covered in lesson 5, okay, once you have completed these exercises, scan and submit all your chapter 2 homework in the assignment homework chapter 2 found in test 1 module below by the deadline. Okay, so every time you are about to face the deadline for your homework assignment, I will be having this at the bottom of the lesson page. Okay, so that you will know, hey, it's time to turn in your homework. All right. So let me go back to the home page, and I will show you going back to lesson 6, the lesson 6 module. This is your lesson 6 module. You have the notes, lesson page, and then worksheet 6, and this is a hard copy, and this is something that you should print out if you like, and then go ahead and answer the questions to the best of your abilities. All right, you can talk to your classmates in your study group as you do this, or you can do this the first time and then take your worksheet number 6. Okay, and that is a good way to just review your knowledge for what you learned or what you should have learned in lesson number 6. So again, this you may miss a few problems here, and then you can go back and right here, lesson number 6 key. This is the 3-page document, the first 2 pages of which are the lesson notes. Make sure you fill out all the blanks correctly. And then the 3rd page of this key is the answers to your worksheet number 6, right? So again, you can just copy this if you really wanted to, but you really want to understand, how you got the answers, okay? Especially when the math is involved. And then once you understand all the problems, you rework the problems that you missed the first time, do this again, worksheet number 6, okay? And you have up to 3 attempts for each worksheet online, and the highest score, which is up to 1 point, okay? I mean, that's not a big deal, but up to 1 point will be given, for these worksheets. Okay, and this is what I was talking about a few minutes ago. At the end of every lesson, I have provided an answer key for each lesson. So after you do your, remember lesson 6, the page, lesson 6 had the list of homework problems. Okay, if you click on this, which I just did, you will see the PDF file listing or showing you a step-by-step solution for each problem I assign here. Now, it's kind of small on the screen, but this is exactly how, and I try to explain all the details as if you are sitting in front of me, so I can explain to you, this is how you would do the problem. This is a problem involving the avocado pictures. And so use this, as if you struggle with the problems on your homework. Okay, and so there's really no excuse for skipping a problem. Try to look at this and understand this. If you don't understand this, you can always contact me, and I try to explain, what I mean by what is written there. Okay, so that is your module, and each lesson has a module very similar to the one I just showed you on section or lesson number 6. Okay, lesson number 6 again covers these 3 sections, and the list of homework is available right here, and the solutions to the homework problems for lesson 6 are available right here. Okay, the worksheet is here, which is automatically turned in and recorded, and your highest point will be recorded out of the 3 attempts. Make sure you do this by on time by the deadline too. This one is to be done by September 21st, which is tomorrow. Okay. Now, lesson number 1. Oh, by the way, I am recording this on Sunday the 20th. So then hopefully by this time you have looked at the practice test number 1 document as well as its key. And here's a link to my YouTube video covering all of these problems. Okay. Again, I try to do my best in providing you with the support you need. Okay, and so if you don't have any, if you have a problem, issues, you don't understand certain exercises here, let me know and I will try to explain. Of course, I do all that in the video as well, okay? Then, before you take your test number 1, this is where you turn your homework number 2, chapter 2, in a scanned copy of your homework for chapter 2. Okay, and then you click on here sometime during the day of September 22nd. Actually, this will open up at the midnight of September 22nd, Tuesday, and it'll be open for 24 hours. If I were to click on this right now, which I just did, you will see this. The quiz is locked until September 22nd at 12 a.m. But as soon as this time comes, then you will be seeing the instructions here, and you'll have 90 minutes, and you'll have up to 100 points that you can earn on this test, which has 32 questions. But the first one is basically your pledge, where you sign and date. And then the last one is basically to remind you that you are to turn in your work. Okay, so it's basically 30 questions, okay, with the 2 additional ones I just mentioned. Okay, so what kind of questions would you have? All right, on test number 1, you'll have 10 true-false questions, 2 points each. 10 multiple choice questions, 3 points each. And then 10 free response questions, 5 points each. So basically your free response questions where you do show your work is half of the points, 50% of the points. Okay, now I hope this is clear and that you will have 90 minutes unless you have special accommodations by the SPS office. And this show your work for assignment 1, this is where you would show a scan and upload your work. Oh, sorry, not for the assignment 1. Let me go to the right module after lesson number 6. Test number 1, this is show your work for test 1. Right under your test number 1, this is where you would click to turn in your work, which you will see this is submit your assignment. So if you click on this, then you will be able to upload your scanned copy. It should be one PDF file, possibly with multiple pages, and that is to show your work, not for your true-false questions or multiple choice questions, only for your free response questions. Okay. Now, once you take this test, it's going to take me a while to look at all of your forms here, show your work, because I have to manually grade these, right? So it'll take me a few days until you see your actual score. Once you take test number 1, you will see how many points you got for the automatically graded version, but not this portion of the test. And the reason it'll take a few days for me to grade is because I have over 140 students with the 4 sections of Math 100 this semester. Okay, so hopefully test number 1 is clear. And I do want you to know that I am available, and let me know if I can help you in any way as you prepare for your test number 1. Okay, and the other thing I wanted to show you on this Sunday video today is, remember I mentioned that there are non-credit support courses, and these are especially appropriate, with the percentage section and a lesson on percentages and word problems, proportions problem. So if you are able, and this is not too late, you can sign up for non-credit courses. It's called Non-Credit Math 004 and 005. Okay, so you are familiar with, this page, right? So register now, you click on register now. And yes, I know that the fall registration is over, but these non-credit courses are what we call open entrance, open exit courses. So you can start pretty much at any time in the first 12 weeks of the semester, including right now. You do search classes. This should be all familiar to you because you have done this to sign up for your class. And then term is fall subject. And this is the tricky part. You're looking for a math class, but it's a non-credit math. So you do not find what I'm talking about under the mathematics listing. Okay, you have to go all the way to these non-credit and see how many non-credit things we have here. Non-credit English, counseling, citizenship, blah, blah, blah. And the non-credit math is found right here. So if you click on that, okay? And just leave everything empty. Make sure you have all classes, and you submit, and it'll list these 8 brand new courses that we have created. We just created Math 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, one section for each of these courses, and ones in particular that would be helpful in particular for this class is number 4, percentages. Okay, and by the way, these are all like module-based self-taught classes. It's self-paced, so you do not actually attend any lectures. Okay, even though the Professor Perion is available for you to provide help. I mean, for you to get help from if you really need help. But this is based on an online platform called My Open Math, and is really, really good, I think. All right, so percentages, you will be given a series of questions along with some video clips to help you out. And then Math 5, which is on rates and proportions, okay? So if you think that you need some extra support for your math class, okay? And we didn't have this last semester or last year, so this is really, you know, something that basically I did all summer long to help you out. All right, so these two, and of course you have other things like number 6, Math 6 is for signed numbers, that's positive and negative numbers, and then we have algebraic expressions. Right? All of these are available for you to sign up even now, okay? And you can probably finish each one class in like a day or two if you really have time to finish a bunch of exercises. Okay, so this is what I would recommend that you look at if you need extra support. Okay, so test number 1, I hope you do well this week. And I have to tell you, there's one more thing you should do this week, okay? Test number 1 is scheduled for Tuesday, but there is one more lesson that you are to do according to the semester-long schedule, all right? That's lesson number 7. So we go into a new chapter, okay? Chapter and a new sort of a portion of this course. Chapter 7 is the next class, next lesson that you are to do after you are finished with lesson number 7. Okay, so make sure not to forget to do that this week as well. All right, I hope you do well on your test. And again, I'm here to help you. So please let me know if I can be of any assistance as you prepare for your test or for whatever else you need help on. All right, so hopefully you will do well. And I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.